The disappearance of Brian Shaffer is one of the most perplexing missing person cases in modern history. On the night of March 31, 2006, the 27-year-old medical student vanished without a trace in Columbus, Ohio, leaving behind a mystery that has baffled investigators and haunted his loved ones. Despite extensive searches and countless theories, Brian's fate remains unknown. Brian Randall Shaffer was a bright, ambitious medical student at The Ohio State University. Born on February 25, 1979, Brian grew up in Pickerington, Ohio, a suburb of Columbus. He was known for his charisma, good looks, and warm personality. Friends and family described him as intelligent, driven, and deeply caring. Brian had a passion for music and dreamed of one day starting his own band. In early 2006, Brian was in his second year of medical school. Despite the rigorous demands of his studies, he remained close to his family, including his father Randy and brother Derek. However, the year had been challenging for Brian. His mother Renee passed away from cancer just weeks before his disappearance. Friends noted that while Brian appeared to be coping well, he was undoubtedly grieving. On the evening of March 31, 2006, Brian decided to go out with friends to celebrate the beginning of spring break. He and his friend William Clint Florence started the night with dinner at a steakhouse. Afterward, they went bar hopping in the University District of Columbus, eventually ending up at the Ugly Tuna Saloon, a popular bar near campus. Surveillance footage from the Ugly Tuna Saloon shows Brian, Clint, and another friend, Meredith Reed, entering the bar around 1:15 a.m. on April 1st. The three were seen mingling and enjoying themselves. At one point, Brian was caught on camera talking to two women outside the bar. He then re-entered the bar alone. This was the last confirmed sighting of Brian Shaffer. When the bar closed at 2 a.m., Clint and Meredith waited for Brian outside, but he never appeared. Assuming he had left on his own, they eventually went home. The following day, Brian's girlfriend, Alexis Wagoner, became concerned when she couldn't reach him. They had planned to leave for a vacation in Miami on April 3rd, and it was unlike Brian to ignore calls or texts. By April 2nd, Brian's family and friends reported him missing. The Columbus Police Department launched an investigation, which quickly revealed the bizarre nature of Brian's disappearance. The Ugly Tuna Saloon was located in a busy entertainment district with numerous surveillance cameras. Police reviewed hours of footage but found no evidence of Brian leaving the bar. While cameras captured patrons entering and exiting, Brian was never seen leaving through any of the visible exits. This led investigators to speculate that he either slipped out through an unmonitored back exit or was still inside the bar when it closed. The search for Brian was extensive. Police interviewed dozens of people, including Clint and Meredith, as well as the two women Brian had spoken to outside the bar. None of the interviews yielded significant leads. Cadaver dogs were brought in to search the bar and surrounding areas, but no trace of Brian was found. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged to explain Brian's disappearance. While none have been proven, each offers a possible explanation for this enduring mystery. 1. Accidental death. Some theorists believe Brian may have accidentally fallen or been injured while trying to leave the bar. The back exit led to a construction site, which was poorly lit and hazardous. If Brian had fallen into a hole or been struck by machinery, his body might have been missed during the initial searches. However, extensive searches of the site yielded no evidence. 2. Voluntary disappearance. Another theory is that Brian chose to disappear and start a new life. Those who support this theory point to Brian's grief over his mother's death and the pressure of medical school as possible motives. However, friends and family insist that Brian had no history of mental health issues and was excited about his future, including his plans with Alexis. 3. Foul play. Many believe that Brian fell victim to foul play. The area around the Ugly Tuna Saloon was known for its nightlife but also had a reputation for occasional violence. Some speculate that Brian may have been attacked and his body disposed of in a way that evaded detection. However, no evidence of a struggle was found, and the lack of surveillance footage complicates this theory. 4. Human trafficking or abduction. A less common but still plausible theory is that Brian was abducted, possibly as part of a human trafficking operation. While this theory is difficult to prove, the lack of evidence and sudden nature of his disappearance leave it as a possibility. Brian's disappearance raises numerous unanswered questions. 1. How did Brian leave the bar without being seen on surveillance footage? Investigators have noted that blind spots in the camera coverage could have allowed Brian to leave unnoticed. However, this remains speculative. 2. Why didn't Clint cooperate fully with the investigation? Clint Florence declined to take a polygraph test and has been criticized for his limited cooperation. While he has never been named a suspect, his actions have fueled suspicion among some observers. 3. Could Brian still be alive? Some believe Brian may still be alive, possibly living under a new identity. However, there has been no confirmed sighting of him since April 1, 2006. Brian's disappearance devastated his family. His father, Randy Shaffer, became a vocal advocate for missing persons and participated in numerous searches. Tragically, Randy was killed in a freak accident in 2008 when a tree fell on him during a storm. Brian's brother, Derek, has continued to keep his memory alive and hopes for answers one day. Alexis Wagner, who was deeply in love with Brian, struggled to move on. She called his phone daily for months, and while the calls went to voicemail, they offered a small comfort. In a heartbreaking twist, one call appeared to ring through in September 2006, suggesting the phone was still active. However, this was later attributed to a glitch in the phone system. Several factors contribute to the enduring mystery of Brian Shaffer. 1. Limited evidence. The lack of physical evidence or witnesses has made it difficult to determine what happened. 2. Surveillance blind spots. Gaps in camera coverage leave open the possibility that Brian exited unnoticed, but these gaps also hinder the investigation. 3. Uncooperative witnesses. Clint Florence's refusal to take a polygraph test has fueled speculation, though no direct evidence implicates him. 4. Complex theories. The wide range of plausible theories has divided investigators and armchair detectives alike, making it difficult to focus on a single lead. The vanishing of Brian Shaffer is a haunting enigma that continues to captivate and confound those who hear his story. Despite years of searching and countless theories, his fate remains a mystery. For Brian's family and friends, the hope for answers endures, but the lack of closure is a painful reminder of the fragility of life and the unresolved nature of this case.